And we're back with the final part for the fire station. So in this part then, we're going to be placing our fire truck. But before we do that, we're just going to be placing our flooring in front of the garages. So on the left hand side of the garages, in line with the grey wool, we're just going to remove 15 grass blocks. Then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side by removing 15 grass blocks again, making sure it's in line with the grey wool. Then on the last block on either side, we're just going to connect it across. So all the grass blocks that we got left in this space we've created, you're just going to want to remove. Once you have removed it, we're going to be placing our stone inside, apart from on the outside row, whereby we're going to be placing our stone brick slabs, and also in line with the grey wool on every row for our garages. Now that we've removed all of our grass blocks inside the space, we're just going to go ahead and place our stone slabs in front of every grey wool row. Then we're just going to extend them all the way back to the edge of the space we cleared out. Once you've done that then, we're just going to sleep and then we can start by placing our stone slabs again all the way across the back row. So again, we're now going to place our stone slabs all the way across the back row. Then, in all the remaining space, we're just going to fill it all with our stone. So I am just going to speed this bit up, as all we're doing now is just filling in the space we got left with our stone. So now that we've placed our flooring for our fire truck, we can go ahead and start building the fire truck itself. So the first thing we're going to do is from the edge of the stone slabs in the centre, we're just going to count 6 blocks in to the centre block. And on the centre block, you just want to count 10 blocks back from that. And then on the 10th block, we're just going to place 1 iron block above the ground. So this block here is going to be marking where the front of our fire truck's actually going to be placed. But once you've done that, then we're just going to place 2 iron blocks on either side. And also 3 blocks on top of that across the centre. Across the bottom row of iron on the centre block, we're just going to place a sign with a button on either side and a ladder on the top centre block. Then behind this, we're just going to place 1 iron block on top of each other. And you want to do this on each side. Now just place 1 iron block on either side behind the top block we just placed. underneath the iron block we just placed, you're just going to want to place one red wool block and then extend it out one block as well. Then diagonal to this, we're just going to build 2 blocks back, again with our red wool. Then diagonally downwards, we're just going to place one more block of red wool on either end. Underneath the red wool, you can see we've got a 2x2 space where you're just going to want to fill with your black wool. Once you've placed your black wool on top of the 2 iron blocks at the back, we're just going to place our red wool on top on either side, and then across the front block we're just going to connect it across. Once you've done that, we're just going to place 3 glass blocks across the front row, so there should be a 1 block space on either side. Now all you're going to want to do is place an iron block diagonal to your glass. Next, we're just going to extend our red wool back another 2 blocks. And then place 2 glass blocks on top. So next then, between the 2 iron blocks on top, we're just going to place our glass between them. Then behind that, on top of our glass, we're just going to place 5x2 with our iron. So you can see the front of the fire truck is starting to come together now. But at the back then, we're just going to start off by placing 1 block of red wool on top of each other, inside the red wool block at the back. And then on top of that, you want to place an iron door on either side again. And next to this, we're just going to be placing 2 red wool blocks on top of each other, starting from the block underneath the door, then 1 more iron block on top. So now just to place this on the other side, so again 2 red wool blocks and then an iron block on top. So the last thing we're going to do before we sleep is we're just going to extend back our iron 1 more row, and then behind this we're going to extend it back another row, but this time only building 3 wide with our iron. Next, we're just going to place a button on either side on the iron block next to our door. So now on the outside block of red wool, we're just going to place 1 block of iron. Then behind this, we're just going to place 6 by 2 with your iron. Making sure not to fill in the block under the red wool, as we need to leave that empty. So next then, we're just going to bring down our iron another row, so you should only have to place another 3 more iron blocks. Then diagonal to the iron we just placed, you're going to want to place 3 by 2 with your red wool, so again extending the red wool downwards. So next then, from the bottom row of red wool we just placed, you're going to want to extend it back 5 blocks and make it 3 wide. Also, you're going to want to make it 2 blocks in height. So now that we've done the majority of the centre section, we can go ahead and start on the back of the fire truck. So the first thing we're going to do at the back is you just want to place 1 red wool block on the outside row of iron on either side. Then diagonal to this, we're just going to place 2 blocks behind that. And then lastly, to finish off the wheel arch, 1 block diagonal going downwards. So in the space you've got remaining then, you just want to place 2 by 2 with your black wool. So the wheels are going to be exactly the same as they are at the front of the fire truck. On the 2 iron blocks left showing on the inside, you just want to place 4 red wool blocks behind that with 1 more iron block. So now just for the other row. And then at the back, we're just going to connect up our 2 iron blocks. On top of the 2 inside red wool rows, we're just going to place another row of red wool, but making sure to extend it back 1 block further than the red wool finishes, so it goes to the edge of our iron. And then just connecting it across at the back as well. On the front left block of red wool, we're just going to build 2 high with our red wool, and then you just want to build it across and connect it down to the other side of red wool. On the sides, we're just going to bring our red wool all the way back. And then you just want to fill in the back and top as well. Same again using our red wool. So all we got left to do now is we just need to place our ladder on top of the fire truck and add some finishing touches around the sides. So the first thing we're going to do on the side of the fire truck is we're just going to start from the right hand side and place 3 levers, then 2 buttons and 1 more lever. Then diagonal to the buttons, we're just going to place 2 more buttons. So now we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So starting from the back again, 3 levers, 2 buttons and then 1 more lever. And on the row above it, we're just going to place 2 more buttons diagonally. Next then, we can make a start on placing the ladder. So on top of the back section, we're going to start by placing 3x3 with our grey wool. So you should have a 1 block space around the whole of the edge. Then for our ladder, we're going to be using our light grey wool. So from the centre block at the back, we're just going to place 11 light grey wool blocks in total. So it should just come 1 block over onto the iron. Then to add some decoration to the ladder, we're just going to be placing our rails all across the top. Then on the sides of light grey wool, we're just going to place our ladders all the way around. Next, 1 block back from the edge of our iron, we're just going to place 3 wide with our red wool. And on the outside 2 blocks, you just want to place a button. So the last thing we're going to do is across the back of our fire truck. On the red wool, you just want to place your levers all the way across the bottom row. And then above that, we're just going to place our buttons on the row above to finish off. So there you go, that's our fire truck done, and that finishes off all of the fire station.